Every year, a group of Wisconsin families spend a weekend rekindling the pioneer spirit with a covered wagon camping trip. On July 9th, 1995, the wagon train carrying Doris Dalkey and her husband was winding its way home along the dusty back roads of Marathon County.
What I really enjoy about this is just being out where really there's no telephones or modern conveniences.
This was the first wagon trip for 14-year-old Jillian Hoover.
The wagons travel pretty slow, so the kids will jump from wagon to wagon. Sometimes we'll run alongside and grab some raspberries and strawberries. I was just having a blast.
14-year-old Brooke Austin had gone almost every year since she was 7.
The horses are very huge. The hooves are like this big. And I was so scared of them at first, especially when I was little.
We try to take the back roads. It's quieter for our horses. When we get to a corner, we have outriders go and stop the traffic until the last wagon is through.
Julie and Rick Cook and their family were riding in the last wagon. Russell Utek was among the outriders.
A horse can spook at any time for a variety of reasons. The animals that were with us average in weight something over 2,000 pounds apiece, which is double the size of the average horse.
Once the horses take off, you can't really control them.
I heard Rick holler whoa to his horses, and they started screaming. The horses were running away very fast. Julie was hanging upside down, being dragged by the horses.
The horses were just out of control.
The wagon went right over her body.
Then I saw Rick fall. The kids were screaming, and the horses just took off.
Blood was pouring out of Julie's leg. It just seemed like a horror film.
I thought it was my fault that I couldn't hold the horses.
Go get the kids.
She said, go after him. But there was no way that a man can catch up to a wagon going at that speed.
Outrider Joe Kepner had been at the front of the wagon train.
Whenever you hear the word runaway on a wagon train, it's a bad situation right then and there. Their ears are back like they were afraid of something. The sound was like thunder rolling through the mountains. I had to do something to get them stopped.
I knew that Julie had severed an artery because the blood was shooting just like her heart would have been pumping.
I put my hand on her leg to put pressure on it. I had to stop the bleeding, otherwise she would lose all the blood and die.
I couldn't really even look at it. I couldn't think about it. All I remember is taking off towards the farmhouses to call 911.
The ideal way to stop a runaway wagon is to make them start going in a circle. But with ditches on both sides, there's no way to turn them. If the wagon flipped over, somebody could get hurt or even killed.
911 emergency, may I help you?
Yes, we need an ambulance. There's a wagon train and the horses took off and this lady and guy were run over.
How bad are they injured?
I don't know, all I saw was lots of blood.
Alerting Athens Ambulance and Hamburg First Responders.
We have a report of 2 parties that have been run over by a wagon.
requesting no sirens as there are horses all over the place.
Okay, got it. Julie, am I wrap this around your leg?
Julie was getting whiter and whiter.
Hands right here.
It was just terrifying. I was afraid that I might lose my children, my wife. They are everything in the world to me.
The road is coming up fast. I kicked my horse, jumped him out in front. Nothing was coming down the highway, but the team was heading right for the railing on the bridge.
Jake!
I knew the gelding by his first name, Jake, so I kept calling him.
Come on, Jake, come on.
He kept following me right across the center of the bridge.
Joe was grabbing the left side reins. But the team ran him into the ditch. I was on the right side. Same thing happened. Joe positioned himself in front and in between the two horses, probably in more danger than anybody else at the moment, and started to slow down.
Whoa!
We got a hold of the reins again.
Ease him down, ease him down. That's it. That's it.
When the horses took off, I was really scared. Then Joe went and grabbed Jake's lip right here, and he just squeezed. And Jake doesn't like that too much, so he slowed down.
Come on out.
We're okay. The scary part was after everything was over, I'm going, oh my gosh, I probably could have got hurt. The kids probably could have got hurt.
Wagon's stopped. Everybody's fine.
I knew that my children were unharmed, but I was very worried about Julie. She is my heart and soul in life.
I was really afraid for her life. This was a terrible ending to a beautiful weekend.
At Wausau Hospital, 33-year-old Julie Cook was treated by a team of doctors, including vascular surgeon James Binder.
Here's where the artery was damaged. The fracture.
She had broken the smaller bone in the leg, the fibula, and had driven a big piece of it in behind the knee, and that had really caused severe damage to both the artery and the vein. Once blood flow was established to the lower leg, then the real bleeding began from all of those wounds. We were starting to think that trying to save Julie's leg might cost her life.
Hi, Mr. Cook.
When they finally got done at 5 in the morning, the doctor came out with his thumbs up.
She's got a pulse in her leg, okay?
He said, we have done everything we can now. It is in someone else's hands.
Will she walk again? I sure hope so.
I told him we would do everything in our power to save Julie's leg.
Come on, Jake. Let's go home. Good.
3 months after the accident, Julie continues to undergo physical therapy, but is expected to fully recover.
I'm very proud of the way Julie has come along. Coming back from this is just simply unbelievable.
Good boy. Come on, boy. Come on, boy.
I couldn't feel anything for about 3 weeks. Right now I have a pins and needles sensation. Sometimes it feels like I've touched an electric fence with my foot. But any feeling I feel right now is good news. I just thank God every day that I wake up with my leg.
10-year-old Justin is the cook's oldest son.
I'm very happy that she's okay. I was maybe just a little bit afraid that she might not be able to walk again. What I love about my mom is that she cooks really good for us. She helps us with our homework. Like if I don't know something, she'll maybe give me the answer sometimes.
I think this was a freak accident. I don't blame the horses at all. I still love them. But it frightens me to think of how close I came to losing my life, and my children and my husband. All the people who helped, I'd just like them to know how grateful I am.
Look at that thing.
I just thank God they were there.
Next.
The rubble took up several hundred yards of the interstate. It just looked like something exploded.
Yeah, there was